Probably fucking.
How do you like your new house?
I can't remember.
Freeze. Oh,
I need a little bit of.
smart to do it now. We've like never done it and we need to big time. You guys ready? Okay.
Stay high.
Yeah, I mean, unless he comes in really late. Okay. Okay. Hello and welcome to the town hall tonight. It's a little warm, so hopefully we'll all be okay. I think we have some water if anyone needs any. I'd like to call this meeting to order. And could we please start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Ms. Sarah Masterson? Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, before we do introductions tonight, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Deputy Supervisor Meredith Stockman Broadbent. Supervisor Jen Townsend is not here tonight, and Councilman Mike Foligno had a work emergency. But we'll start down here with Councilman Dave Masterson, Councilman Emily Mischler, Town Clerk Andrew Gilchrist, and then we've got our student representative Finley Driscoll, Executive Assistant to the Supervisor Melissa Martins, Town Assessor Shane Luther, Director of Volunteer Boards Lori Stidd, Human Resources Director Nina Seifer, Commissioner of Recreation and Parks Jeff Nutting, Volunteer Board Coordinator Chris Mueller, Director of Finance Matthew Ball, Commissioner of Public Works Jason Kennedy, Attorney to the Town John Mancuso, and we have our Planning Board Chair here tonight. Oh my gosh. Jim Brassley. Yes, sorry. Jim Brassley, thank you so much. I'm sorry. And we also have our Conservation Board Chair in the back, Ken Reynes. And is there anyone joining us online?
You have two people online.
Okay. All right, great. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And we have our meeting minutes from August 3rd, 2026. Can we have a motion for accepting those meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and I have to abstain on that. So, Town Attorney John Mancuso, does that work for passing?
So we do not have enough votes to carry that, so we can put the minutes on for the next meeting.
Okay. Okay, next order of business is the monthly audit. I'll ask the Finance Committee if they've had a chance to review the audit materials.
I have reviewed the bills and recommend them for payment.
Okay, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and that passes. All right, you should have received reports from the Director of Finance, the Director of Building and Codes, Tax Receiver, and the Town Clerk and reviewed them. If there are no changes, I will accept a motion to approve the reports as they are.
So moved.
Second.
It passes. It's going to be a busy night for you two. Okay.
Gonna be busy. Mr. Masterson and I are going to be busy.
All right. Before we move on our agenda, I'd just like to take a moment to recognize Barbara Wagner for her incredible 22 years of service to the Town of Perinton's Conservation Board. I could say a lot more, but I think we definitely want to invite our chair, Ken Reynes, to come up and say a few words.
Good evening, Supervisor, member of the Town Board, and fellow residents of Perinton. I have the distinct honor of doing something that doesn't happen often in local government, publicly celebrating a legacy that has been quietly shaping this town for over 2 decades. 22 years, to be exact. Barb has brought quiet competence to her tenure, using her engineering skills to guide our board member recommendations. Recruited by Chris Fredette, she has actively walked our trails, advanced conservation easements, and engaged with residents. There's a quote by the great naturalist John Muir that I think perfectly encapsulates Barb's philosophy and her gift to this town. Muir wrote, quote, "Keep close to nature's heart and break clear away once in a while and climb a mountain or spend a week in the woods. Wash your spirit clean." Barb Wagner has lived that truth for 22 years. Her quiet diligence has ensured that the town of Perinton remains a beautiful open space that we know. Barb, on behalf of the Perinton Conservation Board, the town board, and every resident who has ever enjoyed a sunny afternoon in our parks and many trails, Thank you for 22 years of dedicated service. John Muir also said, "The mountains are calling and I must go." We hope that you answer that call to explore, to enjoy, and to rest in the beauty of the land you help preserve. Thank you, Barb.
Barb, would you like to say anything tonight? Please, yeah, just come up to the podium. Yeah, so people can hear you online.
A little odd to be standing on this end of the podium. My name is Barbara Wagner. I live at 91 Waterford Way. It's a real pleasure to be here. Ken, that was absolutely beautiful. Much appreciated. I had to smile at an incredible 22 years of service, knowing we have Ken and Jim and Joan and Lori, to name a few, who have put in maybe a few more years than that. So a big debt of gratitude to all of them as well. And thanks to the town for a great 22.
Thank you. And we'd like to take a quick picture. Barb, can you come on up? We'd like to take a picture, and all the members of the volunteer boards who are here, come on up. Yes. Everyone just wants to line up front here. Just a quick housekeeping. Is it okay that we didn't say all those in favor say aye for a few things there, or do I need to go back? The audit and monthly
Audit.
reports.
Was there a vote?
She got a motion, I didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you want to go back. Was there a second to that motion?
There was.
Okay, so let's go back.
Okay.
There is a motion on the floor still. So let's go
Okay.
back and
So
take the vote on that.
for monthly reports, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the motion passes. And for the audit, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Okay. All right.
I just asked Barbara Wagner what her favorite trail was, and she said the whole length of it.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you. All right, so next we have a request to accept the resignation of Robert Reed from the Perinton Conservation Board. Mr. Reed submitted a written notice of his resignation on August 4th due to work and family commitments. On behalf of the town board, I would like to thank Mr. Reed for his willingness to serve the community and wish him all the best. May I have a motion to accept the resignation of Robert Reed from the Conservation Board effective August 4th, 2026?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all your volunteer service. Next, we have a request regarding the appointment and reappointment of Todd Stansel to the Board of Assessment Review. It was recently discovered that a signed oath of office was never filed following Mr. Stansel's appointment in February 2025. To address this administrative issue and ensure the continuity of service, the recommendation is to appoint Mr. Stansel to complete the remainder of the current term through September 30th, 2026, and then reappoint him to a new 5-year term ending September 30th, 2031. May I have a motion to appoint Todd Stansel to the Board of Assessment Review for a term running from August 17th, 2026 through September 30th, 2026, and further to reappoint Todd Stansel to the Board of Assessment Review for a term running from September 30th, 2026 through September 30th, 2031.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Okay. Next, we have a request to approve updates to the Town Employees Handbook and Supervisory Manual for 2026. The proposed revisions include annual legal updates, clarifications to existing policies, and the addition of 3 new policies. If approved, these changes will also be incorporated into the Employee Handbook and Part-Time Employee Handbook as well. I would like to thank our Human Resources Director, Nina Seifer, for all her work reviewing and updating these materials and to ensure our policies remain current and compliant. Let's see. Nina, do you have anything you'd like to add tonight about this?
The employee handbook is something that I'm always very proud of because I think it's a great guide and resource for all of our employees, whether they're part-time, full-time, seasonal. It it gives us a lot of direction, right? But there's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's always something that I like.
Thank you. You do a great
And
job.
I'm excited about our additional policies that we are adding this year, the 3 additional policies, but one in particular, the
Okay.
parental leave. So
Do you
thank
want to
for
say
your
why you're excited about that?
consideration. Pardon me?
Would you like to talk about why you're excited about that?
I just think it aligns us with, as public sector, there's certain things that we are exempt from, like the paid family leave. But this aligns us with all parents having some type of paid leave. So I just feel very strongly that it's something that we should have, and it's nice to see it added. And I thank you for your consideration this evening.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the 2026 Employee Handbook and Supervisory Manual updates as presented?
So moved.
Any discussion?
Just thank you so much for all your hard work. Is this something that you do annually? You review them and add, or is it done? Are you doing this annually, adding, reviewing?
Yes. So annually, HR Works, who is our consultant, will provide any legal updates, clarify any language, perhaps recommend some additional policies. And then obviously throughout the year, as things come up, notes are made, and then we kind of collaborate.
And as soon as this is approved, especially the parental leave can go into effect and start being used.
Wait, what?
As soon as this goes into effect, we can start using that new
Yes.
policy of parental
Yes.
leave for
Yes.
all parents. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else?
No questions here.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Great.
Just curious. All right. Next, we have a resolution designating authorized part-time personnel for the town clerk's office. This resolution authorizes designated part-time employees to accept tax payments, process routine town clerk transactions, and issue official municipal receipts in support of tax collection periods and staff coverage needs. Whoops. There we go. The employees identified for this authorization are Elizabeth Vincent, Marie Thomas, and Ann Borix. Andrew, is there anything you'd like to add about that?
This is just putting in town code, what standard practice has been. We're basically putting language around the process for having part-time employees for the tax collection or to step in times of need when we have lower staffing, like when 2 people are on vacation during the summer. So one resolution is establishing that in town code. The other is actually just appointing the 3 people that are going to be designated for part-time work.
Okay. Can I have a motion to adopt the 2026-17 designating authorized part-time personnel for the town clerk's office?
And number 16.
And number 16.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? No? All those in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Next, we have a request to authorize execution of an amendatory cooperation agreement with Monroe County related to the Community Development Block Grant, Home Investment Partnerships, and Emergency Solutions grant programs. Participation in the Monroe County Consolidated Plan Consortium allows Perinton residents to remain eligible for federal housing, infrastructure, and community assistance programs. The proposed amendment updates the original cooperation agreement to include required federal language concerning the use of community development block grant funds. All other terms of the agreement remain unchanged. May I have a motion to authorize the town supervisor to execute the mandatory cooperation agreement with Monroe County for continued participation in the Consolidated Plan Consortium through September 30th, 2029?
So moved.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, next we have a consideration for a proposed Article 7 tax assessment settlement involving North Forest Properties Number 3 LLC, also known as Basin Meadows Professional Park, located at 115 through 151 Sully's Trail. This matter has been in litigation since 2020. Following extensive review and negotiation, a proposed settlement has been reached and is believed to provide a fair resolution and bring closure to several years of outstanding litigation. The settlement documents have been provided for the board's review. Shane, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yes, I would like to add that this is a draft settlement. The main stipulations and agreements are set, as far as I know, in speaking with our Article 7 attorney. But we wanted to give the opportunity to get this approved to avoid the possibility of a school tax refund. So,
Thank you. Any discussion?
Thank you for that
No?
clarification.
Can I get a motion? Ready to do
So moved.
that? Okay. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries. All right, next we have a request to issue an order for hearing regarding the proposed Jefferson Avenue Sewer District Phase 2 project, also known as Extension Number 74, to Perinton Consolidated Sewer District Number 8. This action would schedule a public hearing for September 21st, 2026, to consider the proposed district extension. The project would provide public sewer access to 52 properties currently served by aging septic systems and includes related storm sewer and roadway improvements. This evening's action is to set the public hearing and continue the public review process. Residents will have the opportunity to provide input before the board considers final approval of the district extension. May I have a motion to approve the order for hearing for the Jefferson Avenue Sewer District Phase 2, extension number 74 to Perinton Consolidated Sewer District number 8, and schedule a public hearing for September 21st, 2026?
Second.
Any discussion?
And this is just to set the public hearing and
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, just at the public hearing. Great.
If I may make one suggestion on a short amendment to add the public hearing date of September 21st, 2026. I don't know if I heard that in the initial.
Yes, sorry, I
Did you-
think I said that. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
She did.
Okay.
It was year.
Oh, 2026.
Did you say? Okay,
Oh,
never mind then.
no problem. I'm sure a lot of people in the audience really want to make sure that we get the date right in the right year. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Next, we have a request to appoint a new laborer in the Department of Public Works Highway Department. The department is recommending the appointment of Harrison Kyleman to fill one of several vacancies created by retirements and resignations earlier this year. Mr. Kyleman is expected to begin employment on August 18th, 2026. The appointment is proposed as Labor Step 1A with eligibility to advance to Step 1B upon successful completion of the town's introductory period and obtaining a Class B commercial driver's license. May I have a motion to appoint Harrison Kyleman to the position of Labor in the Department of Public Works Highway Department at Labor Step 1A effective August 18th, 2026?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Welcome, Harrison.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Congratulations, Harrison. Welcome to the team. All right. Next, we have the permissive referendum authorizing a transfer from the Building Improvement Fund 61 in an amount not to exceed $26,000 for HVAC contractual services. The permissive referendum period has now concluded, and I'd like to formally announce that the referendum has ended with no petition having been filed. Good. All right, so for our next item, the Monroe County ARPA projects and voucher approval, I just want to hand it right over to Commissioner Jeff Nutting.
Thank you. I'm going to briefly summarize the memo and then also request an addendum to the memo. So the memo is requesting the department to submit a voucher to Monroe County for reimbursement for the senior bus that was previously approved by this board. This is just allowing us to invoice them. We are getting near the completion of the ARPA fund round. Any projects that we have left have to be completed and paid for by October 15th of this year. So what we're seeking tonight is approval for the 3 outstanding projects. Some of them will be pre-approval, and then also approving us to invoice Monroe County. So if we're doing this, that first week of October, we don't have to wait to get to a town board meeting for that approval. Parks AED cabinets and installation. We are installing 5 AED cabinets and AEDs at 5 of our park properties for a total cost of $25,000. We are proposing constructing a sensory room in the community center. So we purchased sensory room supplies that are staged in room 200. We are actually looking at building a room right by the vending machines off the community center lobby, which would serve as the permanent sensory room, as well as kind of an extension to the lobby for a cost of $25,000. And finalizing our Center Park West playground transformation with the removal of the old playground and the installation of swings. We have a quote for that for approximately $200,000. So we're requesting up to $220,000 to build in a contingency for that project. And a portion of that would be paid for with the ARPA funds. Very rough numbers. We have about $200,000 left of ARPA. I just identified about $250,000. So that balance of the swings would come from the special rec fund. All those details are outlined in your memo. But we do have some, late breaking changes, potential changes. We were notified late last week by one of our Monroe County legislators that the county is considering distributing more ARPA funds. They do not have a dollar value. Some other towns have already received some of those funds. We've talked about the bocce project that we've been talking about for, a year and a half as part of the swing project. So we have already gone to the extent with Parkitects, who designed and installed the original playground, to do a phase 2 of the swings, which I just talked about, and also include a phase 3 for bocce. So we have a quote for that of about $111,000 for the bocce courts. The legislator believes this would be a good use of those ARPA funds. In preliminary conversations with Parkitects, they believe they can get this project done on October 15th. They're talking a little bit more internally to make sure, because it's a very important piece of the puzzle. So there's still some moving parts here. So essentially, we have a level of confidence that this project would qualify for ARPA funds. We have a level of confidence that this project would be completed in time, but I can't guarantee those two things right now. I'm hoping by the end of this week, we'll feel even more confident on both those items. So what we're requesting is to increase the playground project cost by an additional $110,000. So the total project cost would be $330,000 as opposed to $220,000, and utilize the balance, that $110,000 from the special rec fund, with the long-term hopes that then that would be reimbursed by Monroe County. And so I can work with Andrew and Matthew on making sure we get these budget amendments specifically right, but that's generally what we're looking to do tonight. I'm not going to be going back, even if you say yes tonight, I'm not going back to Parkitects tomorrow to say yes. I'm still waiting to get a little more clarification so we can build that level of confidence that everything's going to be done in time. I'd be happy to answer any other questions you might have.
I know residents would really appreciate those swings sooner than later. They are. I've had a number of people reach out asking when we would expect them to be done. So they're excited.
Not by October 15th.
Okay.
They have to be.
and bocce sounds wonderful too. So
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No questions here.
Okay. I feel like this is a firm date. You're gonna make promises about the weather too that day on October 15th. I think a lot of the bocce enthusiasts will be really, really excited about that, including Councilman Folino. He's been very excited about bocce courts for a long time.
thank you to our legislature as well.
Yes, many thanks to our legislators from our town here for helping us get those funds. All right, can I have let's see. Can I have a motion to approve the items as listed in the memo and the amendment requested by Commissioner Nutting?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That carries. All right, great.
You.
All right, this next item is about replacing the retractable walls in the large community room at the Perinton Community Center. These walls are original to the building and are showing significant wear and tear. They divide the 3,900 square foot space into 3 separate rooms. So having reliable and flexible walls is important to how we use the facility. The town would like to take this opportunity to look at all of the options, including whether electronic operation could provide greater flexibility and ease of use, as well as considering aesthetics and acoustics. So Lamonaco Architecture has provided a proposal to develop multiple design options, electrical engineering, cost estimates, bid documents, and bid review. And their proposal is $19,200, and staff is recommending an amount not to exceed $21,000 to allow for some contingency. The design work is anticipated to be completed this year, with construction potentially taking place in 2027. Are there any questions or any discussion about this from Commissioner Nutting?
They are very important to the use of that space. So that would be fabulous.
Are they electric operated now or manual?
I think
They're manual right now.
Okay.
And they stick, right?
Yes, they're very heavy
They're
too.
very heavy and sticky.
And according to the memo, like only certain people are kind of cleared to operate them.
Yeah, there's only about 3 or 4 people on staff that have been trained, and we have the faith to do the right way, because if they are done wrong, they could become dangerous for
Yeah.
those using it and those that could be in the surrounding area.
Okay. Well, the requested actions are number 1, to approve a professional services contract with Lamonaco Architecture for an amount not to exceed $21,000. Authorize a transfer of up to $21,000 from the Building Improvement Capital Reserve Fund 61, which is subject to a 30-day permissive referendum, and approve the necessary budget amendments associated with the transfer. The construction phase is expected to be approximately $100,000 to $150,000, and will come back to the town board for consideration after the design phase is complete. Can I get a motion to approve these items as listed in the memo?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries. Okay, I just want to take a few minutes to recognize some people and things around Perinton that have happened over the past few weeks in the supervisor update. First of all, I want to thank everyone who came out to our sub-area plan meetings over the last several weeks. There's a lot of really thoughtful participation, great questions, and really valuable feedback from people. It takes a lot to come. I think one day it was rainy. It takes a lot to come out after work to anywhere. So thank you for coming out to a government meeting. We really, or a government workshop, really appreciate it. And would anyone like to add anything about that, about those meetings?
Also to I think the firm, right, CZB, for just doing
Yeah.
a really, I think, respectable job engaging our residents. It was very comfortable. Each location was easy to access. It was just really well done.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Anything else?
Basically, what both of you have said is the turnout was tremendous for all 3 events. It's good to see the residents come out and express their concerns. Some of it's not good, some of it's not bad, but it was good to have everybody come out. And CZB did a wonderful job. They were able to answer questions, and I don't believe they expected that many people to turn out to the event. So they were as happy as everybody else.
Thank you. And speaking of different things we see around town, the roads are looking so good. A big thank you to our DPW crews for all their hard work they've been putting in over the summer. So when you're driving on a beautifully surfaced road, you definitely notice the difference. Perinton really has great roads. So thank you to all the DPW people who are on that. And finally, I want to give a shout out to our summer camp staff, full-time, part-time, everybody involved in these summer camps. Summer camp is beginning to wind down, and so many people really spend their summers making sure that kids have fun, that families feel like their kids are safe, and having a great summer. These counselors have a tremendous amount of energy and enthusiasm. The swim instructors helped my son finally pass the Scout swim test. So it's a big summer. So big thanks to everyone involved. And the rec brochure, fall rec brochure should be hitting mailboxes pretty soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Should be hitting your mailboxes middle to late next week, but stay tuned to our website and social media because the electronic version will be held soon.
Okay, there's a lot of great activities to come in the fall. And do we have any board updates?
Just to add also to that, I popped into the town hall early this week, and it was just the theater camp was going on. They were singing, the pool camp was going on, and they were grabbing their lunch. It was just the sounds were just so happy when I came in. It felt like I was in like a elementary school or something with just happy children. It was really sweet. So loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe Finley wants to give this update, but do you want to give the update for tomorrow? Do you want to come on up? She has an announcement and a reminder for tomorrow. Our student representative, Finley Driscoll.
Just a reminder that the bike helmet safety event will be tomorrow from 3:30 to 5 at the Perinton Skate Park. So looking forward to that.
We have Monroe County Traffic and Safety who will be there bringing helmets for anyone in need of helmets. We also have Old Skull Skate Shop who is participating, as well as RV and E-Bike and Skate. They're going to be offering helmet sort of fit checks because of the importance of just not only wearing a helmet, but being sure that it's actually properly fitted. So we're looking forward to local families participating in that.
Thank you for organizing this, Finley. It's really exciting. Yeah. Any other board updates?
Have one tonight, no?
Okay, so now it's time for public comment. I declare the public comment period open. Also, okay, something else I forgot to say at the beginning is that the town board meetings are recorded and may be transcribed using artificial intelligence AI technology. Sorry, I forgot that. Okay, if you would like to come up to the podium, please just state your name and address. Come on up. We'll see.
Ryan Watkins, 9 Briarwood. How's everyone's summer going? Very well, I hope.
Yeah.
Jason, thank you for getting this on the agenda today. I picked up on it immediately. I just want to question, so the public hearing that is scheduled for September, how does that differ than what we had back in June?
Please, yes, go ahead.
Through the board, essentially the meeting we had back in June was a public information meeting. So it was to share information about the project and gauge public interest and answer questions and whatnot. The order for hearing that was declared this evening and the hearing that's subsequently been scheduled is one of the several formal procedural steps required in the consideration of a district extension, both the creation of the district extension and ultimately codifying it in law. So it's required to have the public hearing, and then depending on the board's decision at that time, should they agree to proceed with the extension, then it would be subject to a 30-day permissive referendum, and at such time that it would then be ratified and become actual law. And then that basically opens the next steps to creating a capital fund and authorizing finance and bonding, and then going into the formal design that would hopefully land us in a position to advertise for municipal bids for the project the first of this coming year, 2027, which would then subsequently put us on track for construction next spring for phase 1, as was discussed at the information meeting.
That meeting would keep us on plan for the info packet that's posted online. It's generally starting in April of 27. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. In that public hearing, as the public, everybody in this town, or just the same folks that were invited to the last meeting?
Nope, it's open to all residents, and the referendum period is open to all residents in the town.
All people that are affected and all residents in Perinton?
All residents in the town of Perinton, whether they be one of the 52 that could potentially be sewered or not.
And in that meeting, the result is a approval or denial by the board?
That's correct. A
Okay.
decision as to whether to proceed with a district extension or not.
Cool, interesting. And last time I was in here was a couple of months ago. We were talking about the financial plan, and you guys were working on getting the loan set up. Has all that preliminary work been done?
Yes, that work's in progress.
And the other piece was we talked about, if I remember correctly, there was a plan in place. You gave me a preliminary at some point, and there was going to be engineering completed, et cetera. Did you guys get through that, or is that still in work?
Nope, that additional final design engineering would be subject to the board's decision on the district extension.
Okay, that makes sense. So that the remaining funding needed to complete that would be approved during that time period?
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
After the decision regarding the district extension and after the subsequent 30-day permissive referendum period. And essentially the permissive referendum, and town council can share more specific details, but essentially it goes out to the public, and we have to basically see if there's any public opposition to said district extension.
Okay. Did you get any opposition when we had the informational session back in June? It seemed like it was a positive atmosphere. I know there was a couple people that were kind of nervous about it, and they asked a lot of financial questions, but it seemed like it was overall positive from my view.
Yeah, that was my takeaway too. Our takeaway was it was generally very, very well received.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk to you that day, but I thought it went pretty well. I know the drawings that you guys had, at least for the sewer systems, were preliminary, but I think that's a general technical drawing for that construction. But the prints for the streets I thought were really helpful for everyone. It got conversation going. So thanks for doing that. That was helpful. It made me at least connect with some of the neighbors I haven't before in the past. I think one last question or comment perhaps is, after a September meeting, are there any other formal meetings that are required in a setting like this, or is once that setting, that's all background work on your part?
Yes, there is at least an additional meeting at which we kind of package requests up for the board to try to, keep things moving, but we would want to authorize the engineering that was referenced ultimately, and the financing creation of the public or the capital fund and the project. And then we'd also want to authorize permission to advertise for bids. And then ultimately, should we receive favorable bids, the board would be asked to award a construction contract or not.
What would be an unfavorable bid?
Unfavorable, boy, that could run.
That's an open
gamut.
question,
Yeah.
but
If the bid was imbalanced or wasn't fully responsive or responsible, if there was anomalies in the bid, if we didn't receive any bids, perhaps if we only received a single bid, which wasn't in the estimated range. Reasons for unfavorable bids, if you will, can run the gamut.
is there any considerations in the financial plan for increased costs of labor and or materials? Meaning, because, and I'll call it inflation, everything is rising at a rapid pace, right? Even the industry that I work in, we're seeing 10, 20, 30% increases in materials. And I'm guessing we'll probably see that with stone and blacktop. All the roads in this neighborhood are being paved now. So I don't know what the supply line of that kind of stuff is. So when I think about a cost today, what's the cost tomorrow going to be? Is there enough margin? And what you're asking for to take care of that? We wouldn't be stopped for any reason.
Right. No, we anticipate that as well. We're estimating construction for 27 and phase 2 construction for 28. So the proposed costs to the board contemplate those escalating
factors,
costs and CPI, et cetera.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Always so
That's all
thorough, Brian. Yeah.
I mean, my trade is project management, so he picked up on that pretty quickly. So I try not to let it bleed through, but it's impossible. Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good one.
Thank you. And thank you, Jason, for answering all those questions. I appreciate it. Anyone else for public comment? Yes, please. If you could just come forward, state your name and your address.
Evening, my name is Phil Sparks. I live at 83 East Church Street. I'm here partly at the invitation of Mr. Masterson. Thank you. And Emily, I know from the school, and I know from Mr. Mancuso a little bit. I think I've annoyed him at a couple of ethics sections in the past. But occupational hazard, having been a former chairman of the International Municipal Lawyers Association ethics section. Listen, I'm here because I want to express my interest in getting more involved with what's going on in the town. I grew up here in Fairport, graduated from Fairport High School, went off to college in a career that took me far, far away from Fairport for a while. But on that journey, I went to law school. It took me to an internship where I did land use law at the Department of State, and 20 years later left the department as managing attorney and special deputy secretary of state. So I have a long history of doing local government on behalf of state government. I left that position to take a job as director of the local government law center at Chase College of Law in Kentucky, a place that nobody who grows up in New York thinks is ever on their radar screen. But over the course of that time, I've done things like I had a significant role to play in the development of the Uniform Code. I have done work with local government organizing committees on things like dissolutions of villages, consolidations of government, ward systems in city government, and a whole bunch of other local government reorganizations, and a number of projects like long-term planning for of various kinds as well. So I hope that someone with a background like that can find a niche somewhere in the town of Perinton structure, and I thank you for taking up your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Melissa, could we get his email address and contact information so we can be
Sure.
in touch? Thank you so much.
I received an email from Mr. Sparks earlier this week with an attached resume, and it is really quite impressive. So I had responded saying that we, sometimes have volunteer board openings, and his expertise is just so far reaching and such depth. So it's just wonderful to have that expertise and you volunteering to
Thank you.
help support your community. No, thank you.
Is there anyone? Oh, Dave, you want to say something?
So thank you for wanting to give back to the community. Like a lot of the people in this room, they also do that as well. There's a lot of giving back, and we appreciate you reaching out, and we all have your resume, and we'll look more into what we could hopefully find something for you to fit.
Is there anyone else here who'd like to make public comment? If not, Chris, is there anyone online?
Just give a second. If anybody online would like to speak, please hit the raise your hand button now. Nobody's hit the raise your hand button. Deputy Supervisor.
Okay, with that, I will close the public comment session. There are no matters of urgency tonight, but some very important note. Our next town board meeting will be on Wednesday, September 9th, not on a Monday. Wednesday, September 9th at 7 p.m. here at the town hall. Can I have a motion to end the meeting?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks, everybody.
Great job.
Thanks.